everyone, welcome to CANrace. I'm your host Bryce Turner. Coming up, CANrace Q&A talking about career highlights with Mark Dilley, JF Dumoulin, DJ Kennington, Ranger and Scott Steckly. Also, standings and schedules, but first the news update. This weekend marks the inaugural race at Innisfil, Ontario's Sunset Speedway. Some notes from the entry list: Mark Dilley, part-time NCATS driver, is also the general manager of Sunset Speedway. He'll be driving the number 02 Ford. Rookie Caden Lapsevich will drive the number 76 Dodge. He is also familiar with the track as he has raced in weekly competition at the complex. Saturday will also mark the return of Noel Dowler in the number 5 Chevy and Jason White in the number 21 Dodge. Dowler has competed in 45 NCATS races, most recently the 2014 finale at Kawartha. White has competed in 82 NCATS races, most recently race 9 of the 2014 season at CTMP. In other news, last week's winner Jason Hathaway has done well on oval tracks recently, having won 5 of the last 11 oval races in the series. Here's what Hathaway had to say post-race at Autodrome Chaudier about his favorite tracks.
Probably Riverside's always going to be my favorite racetrack. Winning there a couple years ago was real good. We always seem to run well, and we always love going out there for a little holiday and seeing my buddy did Donald Chisholm. So that's number one. Chaudier is definitely number 2, and Sunset Speedway next week is actually another real good oval. So can't wait to get there. So back-to-back weekends racing, so it's pretty cool.
And Sunset Speedway was added to the schedule early this year after the announcement of Barrie Speedway's closure. Here's a look at what some of the drivers had to say on CANrace's Motorama coverage.
It's good. It keeps it in the same geographical area, which is good for our sponsors and our partners of Canada's best racing team. But it's an excellent racetrack. They do an excellent job promoting the racetrack. It's got great pavement on it. It's going to be a lot of fun to race there.
I thought it was pretty good. They're both really close, geographically, and so it shouldn't be too much different for the teams traveling and funding-wise. And I think that track will suit the series and our type of racing quite well.
Very good. I mean, we're really excited. I think it's going to be a great race. I know the racetrack as far as how the racing can go, and I know the caliber of guys that are racing in this class, and it's going to be a phenomenal event. There's no doubt about it.
Here's a look at the driver standings. After winning at Autodrome Chaudier, Jason Hathaway has tied Gary Clute for the lead with 84 points. But only 11 points separate the top 5, which is rounded out by DJ Kennington, Ranger, and LP Dumoulin. Saturday, it's the Leyland Industries 300 presented by Johnsonville from Sunset Speedway. The race will begin at about 6:30 p.m. with qualifying on deck at 3:45. The race will air on TSN Sunday, June 28th at 1 p.m., all times Eastern. NASCAR 5 provides the latest news. It's time now for a news update. Schedules. The Xfinity Series is up first this weekend. Standings. Kevin Harvick continues to lead in the standings, and more, all within 5 minutes, covering the Sprint Cup, Xfinity, and Camping World Truck Series. Every week, all season long. It's NASCAR 5 on my YouTube channel. If you had to pick one, what would you say is the highlight of your career thus far?
The highlight of my career, I would have to say, there's been a few great things that have happened, that's for sure. But I would say probably winning in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. That was a tough year for us with my mom and that was kind of one for her. So I would say that's one of the biggest highlights for sure, winning the NASCAR race there.
Winning the Rolex 24 at Daytona was a great highlight, obviously. I've got 2 championships, that's and the Grand Am Cup championship, and finish 7 in the Nationwide was pretty good too in Montreal. Let's try to make it better this year.
You know what? We've had so much success, and just being a small-town kid from St. Thomas, Ontario, and being able to make it from racing dirt go-karts behind a pig barn in Glenworth to running the high banks of Daytona. Very, very fortunate, very lucky. As far as my racing career goes, the win at Three Rivers was pretty big for me, passing Jacques Villeneuve for the win and holding off Ranger and Alex Tagliani and a lot of big names that are big road race guys. And that was big for me in my career, but obviously championships are what it's all about. So my first championship in 2010 was huge, and pretty hard to replace it.
I finished second in IndyCar in Monterrey, Mexico, and the 2 championship in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series.
The win at Kawartha in 2013, racing Pete Shepard for the win in the closing laps of the race, and passing him on the outside, I would say would be my highlighted race of the year.
Thanks for watching the Sunset Speedway pre-race edition of CANrace. Check back tomorrow for updates and post coverage from the track. Also, follow on Twitter at NASCAR5. You can also use hashtag CANrace. Thanks again for watching. Check back tomorrow with my YouTube channel.